Without further ado, can I call this house to order? My name is Shermaine, I'll be your chair. Paneling with me is Laura and Yusuf. So, with that, can we now invite the Prime Minister to open the debate?
The existential uncertainty of being an employee at the bottom, of being an employee that is dispensable, is never heard and never translated into the decisions of corporations and CEOs. We think this has harmed the people who are most vulnerable. The ideal world is one where decisions made by corporations are most reflective of employees and the needs of society, where you don't make decisions that harm or trade off these employees' interests and leave them worse off. Our policy will bring us nearer to this ideal world, where we have all corporations that make up a huge chunk of the society's economy. So MNCs like Walmart in the US or GSK in the big pharma industry, all these MNCs and large corporations would allocate more than 50% of their shares to employees. You will have employees be part of the board of directors. You will have them make decisions that range from being economic to even micro decisions on like professional training. All of these decisions will be influenced and have a part when it comes to these employees. If these companies do not comply, we would have strict punitive measures. We would revoke their permits to function in these countries. We would actively replace them and encourage SMEs to replace them. We think that all these companies should be punished for if they do not choose to comply. The problem with the world right now is that a lot of times companies make decisions from the point of view of people who are not attached to that company. So boards of directors or CEOs often get huge bonuses or are able to funnel their money into Swiss bank accounts, as we saw in the Panama Papers. They have an ability to earn money that's independent of what happens to the company. So, for example, Freddie Mac and Freddie Mae, who managed to get away with not losing anything when it comes to their own bonuses and pays, while the recession and the depression that came to the people on the ground made them to suffer and starve. The employees are the most harmed here, and that corporations often make economic decisions that are at the cost of these employees, where the decisions are always to trade them off, but never hear their concerns. Open government will provide you 3 arguments on why the status quo fails at protecting employee rights, and secondly, why our model further empowers labor unions, employees, and creates a better middle class. And I'm going to explain to you why corporations are a lot better off with this policy. But why the status quo fail in protecting the most vulnerable employees? Because these are the ones that often find themselves with uncertainty when it comes to their wages, comes to the stability of their jobs. They have lived miserable lives, and there are 3 reasons why. Number 1, that systems don't value employees. This means that as long as you are not a CEO or you're not one of the board directors or you don't have a share in the company, you are dispensable and interchangeable, and it's easy to trade you off. These are people with the lowest common denominators and always experience that feeling that they are going to be retrenched sooner or later, and this is extremely harmful to them. But secondly, decisions don't consider and aren't nuanced to the needs of these employees. And the biggest ability to make decisions come from the CEO and the BOD, right? So the CEO literally has no risk or don't feel the pinch, because all they need to do is make sure that they are having profits, even if it means it comes at the expense of the welfare and the ability to make money of these employees, right? That's why the average CEO earns $1.7 million, whereas the average American literally only earns $3,500, right? This is harmful because the decisions always come from the CEO, and the CEO never feels the same, feels and is concerned with the same things as an average employee. But lastly, employees are actually incentivized not to speak out. This means that when it comes to wage disparity or sexual harassment or misconduct, there's a literal fear of you losing your job, and you therefore don't want to ever speak out. The inability to have a tangible share in the corporation means that you cannot speak out, and you must be silent no matter how ill your treatment, right? The employee at the lowest common denominator never has a stake within the corporation and will always risk losing any little that is being given to them. Before I move on to how our model further brings us closer to the ideal world. Sure.
Just a clarification about your model. So if you're going to give 51% towards employees, are you going to reserve them for them to purchase these shares, or are you going to just allocate them as in just give it to them?
Yeah, we do whatever is best for them. I think we probably allocate it to them. They don't have to buy it. They don't have to spend money on it. So long as we preserve it for them and we give, and it doesn't affect their pay, I think that's great, right? But here's how our model brings us closer to the ideal world. That as long as more and more decisions actively involve these individuals and actively have are able to influence these decisions, this means that they are more likely to have policies within these corporations that have higher wages for individuals on the ground, better insurance coverage for these individuals as well. That sexual abuse cases can actually be taken into account when it comes to these corporations, because employees that experience them on a day-to-day basis can actually say something about it, right? Absence of these ability to make decisions, you literally don't have a voice that tells you what you should be doing when it comes to sexual abuse cases of the people on the ground, right? This means that the Bangladesh factory that fell apart wouldn't happen on our side because more individuals have experienced the day-to-day living of being in a dangerous corporation, and are more likely to have better welfare on our side. But this doesn't just mean that, right? It also means better productivity, because these employees that generally feel that they are satisfied with with what's being given to them and have a better ability to create better products, right? But the last thing we would say is that, and this is important, is that it represents lower class struggles that are ultimately are spread throughout as benefits throughout the society, right? So problems like gentrification, where people who have experienced it and understand both the benefits and the costs are able to tell Starbucks that you can come into these undeveloped areas. We also have to give more communal programs. You should also give more professional training to people in rural areas. We think that the corporation, but society also profits from all of this, right? This is in comparison to their CEOs that will always have a mentality of profit versus nothing. They are more likely to create more fire sales, but don't have long-term benefits towards employees on the ground. We think that that decisions made on our side at least have representation of what the world is like beneath what world is like outside of these corporations, outside of the ivory towers of these CEOs. It is time to have the lowest common denominators be represented within corporations and help these people get out of miserable lives and low pays.
All right, thank you for that. Can we now invite the leader of opposition to start the opposition?
I don't know how to pause this.
Does anyone know how to pause the live stream?
Yes.
It says stop broadcast though. Stop, huh?